Hey everybody, welcome to Pete's Grill. Today, we're doing another pork butt. We're gonna do some delicious pulled pork. So before we get started, I'm gonna do a little trimming. First thing we wanna do on the back end, we're gonna cut out this right in the center. There's this gland that we don't wanna eat, so we're gonna cut that out. You can see that part right there. You don't wanna eat that, it's very bitter, so you always wanna cut that out. Then we'll take a little bit of this heavy fat on the top off. You want to leave a little bit of it on there, but you can take off the thicker part. And it's okay to leave some on there because it'll just melt and be make it juicy anyway. So that's all we're going to do with that. Next step, put it in our paint in our tray. Let me wash my hands off. I'm going to use some of Grandma's molasses as a binder. I like it because it makes a nice dark bark on it and really helps the rub stick and gives a nice flavor to the meat. So just a nice coating of it, not too much. Get that on there. I'll leave it with the back side up so I can season it. Wash my hands again. And for my rub, on my butts, I like to use this Bad Byron's butt rub. I like it because it's not too sweet. So you can use any rub you want. This is just the one I like. Basically, we're just gonna get it all seasoned up. Make sure you get all the sides. And a good amount on the top as well. Okay, good. Now I'm gonna let this sit and sweat in for a little bit. Now, Saturday night, what I like to do is cook these overnight. So I'm gonna put this on about 10 o'clock at night, and it should be ready about 12 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So it's usually about a 10 or 12, sometimes 14-hour cook, depends on how long it takes. This is a pretty good sized butt. Stick around to the end of the video. I'm gonna show you how I shred and season the roast after it's all done so it makes it a little tastier when you eat it. Thank you. All right, good evening everybody. We've got our roast on the grill. It's about 10 o'clock on a Saturday night. We've got the Recreq RT590 set at 225. Our goal is to get this up to 165 degrees before we wrap it. Probably gonna take all night. So I'm just gonna let this thing go until it reaches 165 and then we'll wrap it and we'll be back. Okay, good morning. It's 8:30 Sunday morning. The roast has been in for about 10 and a half hours. So now it is time to wrap it in foil and put it back on. Okay, wrapped up in 2 layers of foil, Meat Pro back in. We're gonna continue to cook until it gets to 203. I'm predicting about 2 hours. Okay, probe says it's at 203, which means it's done, but you always wanna check it. The object is to have this probe go in like it's going in through butter, which this is. Absolutely no resistance. I'm getting good temperature readings on there. That is like butter in there. So this is done. We're gonna go ahead and pull it off, let it rest, and then we'll pull it, and then I'm gonna show you what I like to do with the pulled pork after we pull it and season it and get it ready to eat. One more thing, these are the pellets that I've been using. These are B&B Championship Blend. I get these from Academy Sports. I think it's like $14.99 a bag. I like the Championship Blend. It's got a little bit of some different woods in there and gives it a nice smoky flavor. I've had really good success with it. Hey everybody, okay, so we're all done. Ended up being 12 and a half hours, start to finish. See, we've got a beautiful bark on it. That molasses really helps make a beautiful bark. Now you can see all the beautiful juice in the pan. That was what was wrapped up in the foil. You wanna make sure you save that. So we're gonna mix that back into the pulled pork to make it a little bit more juicy. So first thing we're gonna do is gonna pull the bone out. Get a nice clean bone pull. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, we'll get rid of that. Now let's start pulling. You can see we've got a beautiful smoke ring on there. Check out the smoke ring. Nice bark. It's gonna be beautiful. So when you just wanna, I take these 2 forks. It's kind of, because it's still kind of warm, and just pull it apart. You want to make sure all that juice gets mixed back in to your pulled pork when you do it. So that's basically the idea. And the other thing I like to do is I take some of this Killer Hogs, which is one of my favorite barbecue rubs, and I sprinkle some of this on there. Now you can use whatever kind of rub you like. Some people like rub, some people like sauce. I like to use this Killer Hogs. It's got a nice sweet and barbecue flavor to it. So you can do this to taste. But this is what really makes your pulled pork just be takes it from 0 to hero, in my opinion. It really gives it a lot of good flavor. You want to make sure you mix all that meat juice back in and give it some seasoning to mix in as you go. It really makes a big difference. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy.